Here it is, Friday afternoon. I've got my new microphone. I've got a couple of new cameras, and I've got another batdorf wrapped roll that's going to get opened, right? Yeah, that's pretty much me when I get a new roll in the mail that I've been kind of waiting for and itching. Yeah, so look, um, I'm excited. Everybody knows that I love my Batdorf wrapped rolls. I'm a big firm believer in them, and when you run across them that are in the early 40s and stuff like that, or even mid 40s, it's kind of nice. I ran across this little guy on eBay, and there's a secret to finding these on some of the people's pages that you wouldn't otherwise find them on. And I can give away my secret, I suppose. Then it's no longer a secret. So I don't know. Maybe I don't want to do that. It's maybe not the best idea. Anyway, you tend to look for people who are not coin collectors. It's not that hard. Um, they're still going to tag their stuff coins and in the coin columns and stuff like that, but when it comes to the actual coins themselves, they're not interested in that. They're interested in the money that goes along with making it. So this guy happened to run a page that was a majority of jewelry and coins, a few coins, individual coins and stuff like that, appeared to be more of like an antique collector than anything else. So my guess is he ran across a roll of coins and said, "Wow, hey, that's pretty cool. I'll make some money on that." So yeah, I didn't hesitate when I saw his price, which if I remember correctly was like 100 and I don't know what was it, 140 some dollars. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 139.95. So look, I mean, it's still more than what Gray Sheet says you're supposed to pay for a roll of coins, but my guess is he probably paid Gray Sheet for it. And as a result of that, he's just trying to turn it and make a quick buck. And in this case, he did. Now, why 1944 in a roll of coins? Well, look, it's no secret. 1944 was the highest produced Lincoln cent of the decade. Basically, I mean, they literally produced over. It was the first ever Lincoln wheat cent to go over 1 billion in production at just the Philadelphia Mint alone. And I mean, that says a lot. So why did they produce so many? Easy. Because they screwed up the year before in 1943 when they produced the steel cent, and everybody hated them. Everybody didn't want to use them. Everybody either didn't want to use them, they corroded, they were junk in a matter of months by being handled and all of that, being out in the atmosphere and oxidizing and stuff like that. And the other reason they didn't like them was they looked too much like a dime. So they were easily confused. Literally from the very start, 1943 was a 1 year type coin that was just a horrendous failure for the United States Mint. All of them, all three of the mints. And in today's world, everybody loves steel cents. I mean, good if you can get a hold of a roll, a really nice roll of 1943 steel cents. I mean, here's some of mine right here. I took a picture of this just last night to put up on my Facebook page. These are some of my rolls of just 1943 Philadelphia Mint, and I have just as many rolls of Denver Mint and San Francisco Mint that go along with what you see here. These are all really, really nice coins. And so when you can find a nice roll of coins for 1943, great. But 1944 holds some absolutely stunning coins. And if you can find coins in a roll that are just over the top gorgeous in terms of color, in terms of brilliance, in terms of strike, you really are going to wind up with some good money. So we're going to open this and we're going to see if that's the case. And I'll explain a little bit more about the 1943 year when I come back. All right, so before I get too far with this 1944 roll, let's just kind of set that on the side for a minute and let's take a look at these. These are 1943 batdorf wrapped rolls. Now there were originally four of these. I've opened two of them, and the coins inside are as amazing as you would think they are. I can dig those out at some point and show everybody. My bird's going to chatter a little bit here, so just so you're aware. But I mean, these are full 50 coin rolls. But here's the real fun one. So this is a 1943 batdorf wrapped half roll. Yeah. Now this little guy is just, I mean, this is about as rare gets. I mean, this little roll right here, I wouldn't, I literally, based on what I'm pretty sure is inside this roll of coins, I would not let this roll of coins go out of my hands for less than probably $1,500. It is probably going to have coins inside that are that nice, that are worth that much money. So it's a very rare roll of coins. So let's set those off to the side here, and let's talk about the 1944. When I ended the last one, I talked a little bit about the 1943 and stuff like that. Said we'd talk a little bit more about it, and so we did. And so now let's get to this 1944. And the 1944 year was a year of transition back to copper coins at the U.S. Mint. Production of the 43 coins stopped probably, I don't know, November-ish. And they had so many problems with the coins in production that even though they produced a very healthy number of them, there were a lot of coins that never even made it into circulation in 1943. So they needed pennies in circulation. And in order to get those pennies into circulation, they had to pump out some serious numbers for the 1944 year. So while there are like literally billions of them that were minted, they were used. They didn't get saved like the 1943s did, if they got saved from a collector standpoint, because they needed them for commerce. They were down on pennies, and back then a penny held some buying power. So they produced them, and they produced them in high numbers, but very few high end examples actually wind up surviving even all of these years later. And right here on the screen, I'll show you. These are the high end numbers graded at PCGS, and as you can tell, high end coins command some serious money. So let's dig into this and see what we can find, shall we? I'm going to open it up. And you're all like, wow, it could make all sorts of money if you sold it. Yeah, I could. But I bet I can make more money with what's inside of it. Let's take a peek, shall we? So batdorf wraps are obviously known for this, V shape to the paper. They're also known for being extremely tightly wrapped, which is kind of cool. And best part is, when they're tightly wrapped, they rarely let the coins see oxygen. And I'm going to break that, pull that off there. I already see what I think I see. I'm going to slide these coins off of here in a row rather than try and get them off there in a big pile. If you're not familiar with proper coin etiquette and coin handling, please do me a favor and A, learn it, B, go back and watch a couple of my videos about coin handling. So I'm going to put my glasses on here. Let's go take a look. Wow. Just wow. Yep. I know they're down there, but oh my lord. Just pristine, beautiful. Pristine, beautiful coins. One right after the other. Just, you know, I mean, the day they came out of the mint, they looked just like that, and they've been sitting in that wrapper probably since 1944. And that's just it's insane to think about when you're talking about coins sitting around for that long. This one's got a couple of spots on it, but nothing major. Um, and that one's got a little light fingerprint on it. But again, beautiful roll of coins. Do I think I'm going to find any 68s in here? Maybe not. I do have a couple of fun little planchet things here that I'm seeing. So maybe that's something kind of fun. So anyway, there we go. I have opened it. I will take a peek through these, but this is just a beautiful roll of coins, and you've learned a little bit about the 1943 and the 1944 as to why it is, such a sought after year in terms of numbers. I'll be back in a minute to finish the video, and we'll take it from there. I'll end the video just by simply saying, look, I've been collecting for 35 plus years. I know what to look for. I know how to look for it. It's not as easy as I make it out to be. Trust me. I get lucky because I know what to look for. So you're more than welcome to reach out to me, obviously, in the comments below, and ask. You're more than welcome to join my Facebook page. I'll try and leave a link in the description below, because there's an incredible amount of information that I give on that Facebook page. It's not just all about selling, which, by the way, there's an awful lot of that goes on the Facebook page as well. But there's a lot of good information that's given on that page, not just by myself, but by the other people that are experts on the page as well. So please do yourself a favor and go to the link. Be sure you answer the questions for entry into the group, or you will not be allowed in. And if you don't know the answers to the questions, Google them and do it that way. But you will not be allowed into the page unless you answer the questions. It's our way of keeping the robots and the bots and everything else out of our page. So it's very important that you do that. You also need to make sure that you have a profile picture. We do not let anybody in without profile pictures. You'll be automatically declined if you do not have a profile picture. So please, join the page and learn and ask questions. If you've got any, ask them in the comments below, or go to the page and ask them on the page when you join. We'd love to see you. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you will like, comment, and also share this particular video with others if that's the case. If you got people that that could benefit from this or from the Facebook page, go ahead and share the video. Have a good day, guys. We'll talk to you later.